Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about a important and interesting topic on human resource development titled recruitment. I am Dr. S. Saraswati, working as an assistant professor in PG Department of Commerce, Sri Kalishwari College, Sivagasi. Recruitment. Recruitment is the process or searching a prospective employees. Prospective employees means future employees. Now they are job seeker or graduate searching a better job. If a company choose them by inducing or stimulating motivating them to apply for the job in an organization is called it as recruitment. Simply, recruitment is the process. Recruitment is the process for searching better candidate, best candidate, and stimulate them, induce them, motivate them, encourage them for apply for the job in an organization. The process of receipt of application from the job seeker is also called it as recruitment. Recruitment process. There are totally 7 steps in recruitment. The first and foremost one is identifying job requirement. It will be received from HR department. The HR manager first identify the vacancy position. Second one, preparing job description and job specification. Job description means describe about the job, that is nature of job, what are the work related to a particular job. Then job specification means who is the right candidate for doing a particular job, that is called as job specification. For doing a clerical work, a graduate is enough, whereas in case of for manager position, postgraduate MBA is preferable, that is called it as job specification. Whereas job description means clerical work, what are the work they regularly worked out, that will be listed. Whereas in case of manager, he should attend the meeting, conduct interview, make a frequent decision, etc. These are all called it as job description. Therefore, the second foremost step is to describe the job and specify the job. The third step is make an advertising about the vacancy position in an organization. The advertisement may be delivered in leading newspapers or TV channels or magazines or employment news as per the wish and financial status of the organization. The fourth one is attracting candidates to apply for job, which means that it is in advertisement the salary, working hour, working conditions should be mentioned. This will attract, induce the employee to apply for job. First and foremost thing is salary. Okay. Therefore, for correct job, right salary as per the norms of the government should be mentioned in advertisement. After that, the company will receive so many applications. That application should be managed. Managed means it should be scrutinized. First one, we should receive all the applications from the applicant. The next one is it should be categorized. Categorized like mark basis, graduation basis, age basis, sexual basis, marital status basis, locality basis, salary expectation basis, etc. These steps should be undertaken by the organization. Then next one, shortlisting candidates. By seeing advertisement, more than a record number of candidates will apply for a job. Suppose in our organization totally 10 vacancy, where we received 150 application. That is managing the application. After scrutinization, we should shortlisted 50 to 60. They will be called for interview. That will be the next step. It won't come under recruitment. Till scrutinizing shortlisting candidate, the recruitment process cover. Therefore, the recruitment process consists 7 steps, starting from identification for job requirement, ended with shortlisting candidates. The next one is source of recruitment. There are 2 important sources for recruiting the prospective employees. First one is internal source. Second one is external source. Internal source means when the firm looks to fill the vacancy from or by using their existing workforce in the same organization is called internal workforce. On the reverse, if the company is searching a prospective candidates outside the organization, out of the already existing workforce, means that is called it as external recruitment. The sources of internal and external recruitment. In what are the ways the internal recruitment can be made? The first one is promotion. We all know that all the government jobs are filled by internal recruitment. Majority internal recruitment. That is by promotion, transfer, shifting job from one place to another place, upgrading. Upgrading is differ from promotion. Promotion means the hike in salary with responsibility, with job conditions, perquisites, etc. Upgrading means just increasing the salary. Demotion, retired employees, utilization of retired employees, enrichment of employees, employees referrals, etc. These are all the sources of internal recruitment. The external recruitment majority made through advertisement and campus recruitment. For graduate, maximum colleges inviting the companies to make a recruitment of their students. Placement agencies, outsourcing, employment exchange, labor contractors, etc. are the sources of external recruitment. Then we discuss about the merits and demerits of internal and external recruitment. First one is internal recruitment. Internal recruitment means utilizing the already existing workforce of an organization, isn't it? The following are the merits. First one, employees are motivated. Therefore, if we promote one employee, means that the rest of them work more for getting promotion. Then employees loyalty will be increased. This is my company. That is needed for a success of a company and success of the work. Cost efficiencies. No cost is incurred for making internal recruitment. Simply promotion order, that's all. No advertisement cost, no interview cost, no selection, no testing, etc. Then it is a simplified process, reliable process and time saving process. Even though internal recruitment having so many advantages, it is not free from certain disadvantages. What are they? First one is lack of fresh talents. Second one is encourage favoritism. Suppose 2 employees are equally capable, the top management will find difficult to choose a one person for promoting internal recruitment. The third one is limited scope. Then next one is raise conflicts. If one person is promoted means the another one automatically frustrated, which will result in work conflict in an organization. Again, the management spend time for solving this problem. The next one is merit and demerits of external recruitment. The fair and impartially candidates are selected in external recruitment. There is a transparency in selecting employees. Fresh blood are circulated to the organization, which will help the organization to hike its turnover as well as its name. Then wider scope for selecting the right candidates ultimately help for organizational growth. The demerits are if new employees arrived, talented person arrived, posted in high post means existing employees will be relieved from the job, voluntarily retired from the job, which will result in employees turnover. It is a time consuming and cost incurring method. Huge amount is required for external recruitment. Then employee dissatisfaction, existing employees dissatisfaction is possible in external recruitment. It is insecurity also. Then cost related for internal as well as external recruitment. For external recruitment, advertisement cost, agency fees, candidate expenses, that is TADA will be given, new hire training cost, etc. will be incurred by the organization. Whereas in internal recruitment, the these costs are saved, where time spent by recruiters, managers, onboarding time, low productivity, etc. are the cost related for internal source of recruitment. From till now we discussed about the recruitment, its types, its sources, its advantages and disadvantages, then cost incurred for making recruitment, different types of recruitment, and process of recruitment, nature of recruitment, etc. It will be highly useful for you, I think. Thank you for listening.